All right, welcome traders. So today we have dollar just continuous drop. Like I explained in the last video, I'm not expecting this market to just drop out of bed and keep on falling. Ignore that. We have a weekly fair value gap in here, right? So this is the level I'm looking at to see if price is going to support it. Now, of course, it can drop in here, but I'm very reluctant now to keep on expecting sales on dollar. So that being said, I'm very reluctant to take buys in other currencies or indices. I'd rather just watch what happens. What I'm thinking is this level right here, or if it does go deeper and runs out this liquidity, which it does not have to. Can it? Yes. But let's just say if it trades above this candle's open, if it trades above the candle's open, then I'm gonna really start expecting price to keep going higher. Of course, you have this gap to fill in, but I expect it to just go higher, probably give it a bounce right here, and then continue to move higher. We already ran out some liquidity here. This is a swing point. We already ran that out. So that's why, to me, it's not necessary to go in here. Can it do it? Yes. But I'm very reluctant for me to expect, for us, for a sell-off in the dollar. I think we're still going to go higher. Like I said, nothing has changed in the economy. Now, we're going to look at bonds, actually. In the last video, I was trying to show you all this. I forgot. I'm just going to copy this right here. Let's go to bonds real quick, which, most people don't talk about. I myself don't talk about much on here for certain reasons, but something you should also watch. So bonds in the market. Bonds are still dropping. And typically, if bonds are dropping, stock market should drop as well. So hasn't been no change in the bond market. It's still just dropping, straight dropping. I guess it just ran out of liquidity, but still has this void in here, or all the space between here and here to fill in. So I'm still expecting it to continue going lower, which should provide stocks and indices, to go lower. Also, if you look at the yields, when yields are going higher, you expect dollars to go higher. So yields are still going higher, right? Clearly still going higher. It's coming for these highs. That's what it looks like. There hasn't been any change in what's going on with the yields. So that's why I'm still very reluctant with selling the dollar. I'm not going to talk about this much again on this channel, but I kind of look at the bonds as well to kind of give me an idea of what's going on. So the fact that the yields are still up, that means that the likelihood of dollar going lower is unlikely. The bond yields, when they're higher, when they're going higher, dollars should also be going higher. So that's why I'm looking at dollar. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for that rally to change. Most people don't look at this. You gotta be part of the inner circle trader. His mentorship, he's the reason why I know this. But this is what traders on the outside don't know. And when you see this happening, dollar is dropping, but it's dropped into a weekly fair value gap. So any type of, momentum we get from there, I will expect it to probably more likely continue. So that's why I'm looking at dollar, and I keep on saying I'm reluctant to just call it a full sellout. Even if it goes below here, I'll just take a snatch of liquidity and wait for the market to start, reversing around here in this area. But like I said, it doesn't have to. I'm expecting this area to end up being a wick for the week. We'll see what happens. And also, I'm looking at this as a potential Judah swing. So what is a Judah swing? So we have 5 days of the week, of course, Monday to Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if the market on the bullish, if you're expecting bullishness in the market, you expect a drop into on Monday, potentially Tuesday, and sometimes Wednesday. But let's just focus on Monday, Tuesday. You expect a drop. So this just represents Monday dropping, Tuesday dropping lower. Then we drop into a high time frame level. This would be, in this case, we're just going to use weekly fair value gap. So now since we drop in here on a Tuesday, and you're expecting bullishness, then when it starts reversing, maybe gives you a 4-hour order block or a daily order block or something, then you can expect to ride that wave higher. And then the high of the week will be made around Thursday or Friday. So the Judas swing is just pretty much a false move lower. And then it makes every trader retail with retail logic, they're just gonna follow that, trying to sell when it retraces, but instead the market goes higher. Now, one thing I realized in human psychology is that human beings are more greedy than fearful. And I've kind of noticed that in my trading, I'm more greedy than fearful. What does that mean? Well, I think that's important. It means that, let's just say you're in the market. For example, we're going to use a Judas swing. It's selling. Every trader is not thinking, okay, any retracing, I'm going to sell some more. I'm going to sell some more. Or they just don't want to get out of the trade. So when it starts retracing, they're going to think it's another pullback for another sell. Then their greed kicks in, and then they either sell some more or they move the stop higher, and the market just keeps going higher and higher. And then some even keep selling until the market blows them out. So it's important to not. So supposedly greed is actually more of a problem in trading than fear. Most people just enter the market with no fear. You get mad about your results later, but when you're trading, you're not thinking about. A lot of times you're not thinking about how much you're going to lose. You're thinking about winning, because you're greedy. So that's an important element. Just understand that the market is, greed is a major factor. So anyways, Judas swing, drop lower into a higher time frame level, which should be a weekly fair value gap, daily order block. You fill in the blank right here. In this case, weekly fair value gap. As we drop, then we wait for some type of break of structure, some type of order block or something. We get that. Then we trace into that structure or order block or fair value gap, whatever it is. We take a buy and run it higher. So that's how I'm looking at this week. So I'm gonna have to be very patient. And if the dollar keeps dropping, I don't want to push no buttons, especially the fact that talk about NASDAQ. We're in this daily. Really, if you look on the weekly, we're in this weekly fair value gap. Right? So from this candle's high to this candle's low on a weekly fair value gap. I just refined this to a daily level. Let me paste this. Okay. I just refined this of course to a daily level, but we're in a weekly fair value gap. Then daily, I just kind of made it tighter. We have a daily order block. And notice we traded from a weekly fair value gap, broke structure, right? Trade in here, fair value gap in here, drop some more. Now we traded back higher. So everyone is, from last week is expecting this to keep going higher. But notice we've traded into a weekly fair value gap. And more refined to daily fair value gap. So I'm still expecting to drop. So I don't think we're just going to go higher, and go above here. I think we have this structure in place. I think we already accumulated here, ran up higher and higher. And now we're starting to drop lower, and then I'm expecting lower. So what I'm waiting for? Well, if I really wanted to, something, actually, I'm not thinking about, I might just buy a contract on this. Buy a put. But I don't think the market's going to trade above here. So if I wanted to take that chance, I'll buy a put. I don't really do options, but I've been thinking about it lately. Especially to go below here over time. So I don't know how long it's gonna take. Maybe before the end of the year, of course. That's what I'm expecting. But I think we're gonna end up below here, and actually potentially in this thing on the monthly, I have this mapped out. This monthly fair value. So that's what I'm kind of looking at and expecting for indices. So that's why today was kind of like a very, I mean, I called some buys on NASDAQ today, but if you notice how the market just kind of, notice what happens when it wants to go higher, right? It creates order block, it goes higher. Creates an order block, it goes higher. Order block higher. Now we've created order block higher, order block higher. Like, you see how the order block now, it goes higher and the order block goes higher. It's kind of shortening its span. It's expansion. So I'm just like, okay, now I'll be more reluctant. And we've already ran out all this liquidity right here. So retail traders or retail logic traders that would probably have a trend line, we finally ran out all of their stops, and now we're in this higher time frame level. So to expect buys, I mean, I'm not gonna touch any buys. I just find it hard to buy anything right now. I cannot get myself to do it. I mean, I did buy today, granted. I did call a trade, because I did see it going higher. But at the same time, the trade I called, I believe, in my Telegram group, I'll drop the link in the bio under this video. But I did call this trade, and I was expecting we could go all the way to this really the high of this, or these order blocks. That's what I was really expecting, but we just fell short. And look at all this mess in here. So I'm just waiting for the fallout. I'd rather wait for the market to give me reasons to go bearish, and then I'll be comfortable doing that, because I feel like we ran up higher into a higher time frame level, into weekly fair value. So still expecting shorts, and I do believe we could see ourselves eventually below here sooner than later. That's how I look at the market. What changes if we run above these highs? So apart from that, still expecting lower prices on indices, and yeah. So talk to you later, assassins. Y'all have a wonderful night. And CPI tomorrow, by the way. So it's gonna be interesting. This week we have a lot of events, which is what you want to see on your calendar. What do we have this week? We have CPI tomorrow, 7:30 or 8:30 New York time. Then we also have core retail sales, 8:30 on Thursday, and then consumer sentiment, 10 a.m. on Friday. So a lot of high impact news, and I think we're gonna start trading a little lower. But we'll see. And talk to you later, assassins.